Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is packed with action as 4 different sovereign citizen cases get shut down hard by 4 different judges, including our usual headline maker, Eric Martin. We've got a lot to get through. But before we dive in, I want to shout out today's sponsor, Exeter, a company I've proudly worked with for years, not just because they were my first sponsor and stood by me during every high and low, but because I genuinely rely on their gear. I just got back from a 3-month trip across Europe, and despite owning multiple high-end travel bags, I still trusted my Exeter travel duffel and wouldn't leave without my Exeter smart wallet. The advanced RFID protection gives me real peace of mind, and if I ever misplace it, I can instantly track it or make it ring using the Kaipolo app on Android or Apple's Find My app. One of the best features is reverse tracking, which lets the wallet help locate your phone too. Exeter keeps leveling up with products like the Cardholder Pro, Smart Keyring, and Off-Grid Backpack, and I seriously appreciate their long-term support. If you want to upgrade your everyday carry, hit the link in the pinned comment and description, explore the sleek, smart Exeter lineup, and use code SKEPTIC at checkout for an exclusive discount. Thanks again to Exeter for supporting the channel. Now let's head to Florida and jump straight into our first case.
State your name, sir.
Mr. Fox, before the court charge of possession of paraphernalia and a no valid driver's license. You understand the charges?
You understand what you're charged with?
No?
No.
No. She doesn't understand. Allegedly, you had methamphetamine on or about your person, and allegedly, it may have been contained within something that qualifies, aka a clear plastic bag, that qualifies as paraphernalia in the state of Florida, and allegedly you were operating a motor vehicle without allegedly having a driver's license. You understand that?
I understand the driver's license, yes, sir.
Okay, well,
Possession.
I didn't say it was yours. Did I say it was yours? I said you've been charged with.
Right.
Nobody's asking if you did it. I'm just asking if you understand what the charge is.
No.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay, then we'll bring you back tomorrow when you understand.
I was hoping I'm not from this state. This county. If I can just resolve everything today.
You got a parole hold. You wouldn't get out anyway.
You got nowhere to go, man. So, do you understand the charges against you or not?
I understand they charging me with it, yes, sir.
That's all you got. See how easy that is? I don't know why do we have to go back and forth
It's
about
not
it.
easy when you're in my shoes, sir.
It's easy it's a yes or no question. Do you understand?
I don't agree to the
Nobody's
contract.
asking you to admit to anything. I just need to make sure you understand the charge.
I'm a private citizen, sir.
I'm shocked.
Under UCC focus.
Oh, UCC? Oh, I love it. A sovereign. Golly Moses, I love those.
I really enjoy watching this judge because he's one of the most entertaining and sharp judges I've had the chance to cover. And every time he's in the courtroom, he brings a unique mix of humor, confidence, and intelligence, always delivering clever remarks and insightful comments that make his courtroom moments both memorable and highly engaging to watch.
Mr. Fox, crap in one hand, hope in the other, and see if that helps. Bond set at 5,000 on the meth, 1,000 paraphernalia, 500 on the driver's license, which oddly enough, the Supreme Court said you do need to drive. Court date is February the 17th at 9 o'clock, but you're not going anywhere because you got that probate or that parole.
Step to your right. So the team.
Mr. Fox, when you sue me, make sure you spell it with 2 N's. I want to make sure the AG's office gets involved.
You don't have to worry about that, sir. I'm peaceful.
Sign where the light is for your copy of that. Next.
All right, that was a solid way to kick things off after the holidays. And on that note, I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. Now for our next stop, we're heading to Bot Hell, where we meet a confused sovereign-style defendant who insists on refusing clear legal authority, setting the stage for another eye-opening courtroom moment.
It's off the 11 o'clock calendar. Mr. Calzada, could you please turn on your video for me?
Yeah, hold on one second.
All right, good morning, Mr. Calzada. You're here for arraignment, so could you please tell me your full legal name?
I don't know how that has anything to do with the case. My name.
Well, Mr. Calzada, I need to confirm who you are. So could you please
Here I
tell
am.
me? Well,
I'm here
please tell me
physically
your-
present, right?
Mr. Calzada, could you please, what is your first name?
My first name? Well,
Mhm.
it could be anything, right? I could change my name at will, right?
All right. I'm going to set this matter over for an in-person arraignment, and Mr. Lohr, you'll have law enforcement standing by. All right?
Well, there you are.
All right. So, Mr. Calzada, I will set this over. You will appear in person at the Bothell Municipal Court for arraignment.
I don't even.
And yet, despite all his protests, he's still legally required to show up. It's funny how the law works that way, isn't it? And I don't know if it's just me, but does anyone else think this guy sounds eerily like Kermit the Frog? Except imagine Kermit on a really bad day, rough around the edges, stumbling over his words, and completely lacking any of that usual charm.
Consent to. I was gonna go there today, and you guys were all doing Snohomish County prisoners. Pretty busy, huh? The sheriff even said it's pretty busy. The court has to file a 1099-C. How you
All right.
file a 1099-C for that bond? You don't need voter approval for that, don't you? Those bonds. How much are the bonds?
Mr.
Who issued them?
Calzada, I'm going to set this to December 31st at 1:30 in the Bothell Municipal Court in person. You will need to be there for arraignment, okay? So I will see you in person at the Bothell Municipal Court at that time, all right?
Looks like there's no free will then.
So,
So then what am I doing here then? Hold on, what am I doing here?
well, right now you are not responding to my questions. So
Well, you're
I'm
not
gonna have you
responding to any of my. I don't have a problem of answering any of your questions, but I have a couple questions first. I have to understand too. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know everything. I'm not.
Yeah, no one's perfect. Not you, not me, not anyone. And that's just a part of being human. I wouldn't go so far as to say you don't know everything, because no one does. But honestly, based on what I'm seeing here, I'd have to say you don't seem to know much of anything at all.
so that we can be sure that you understand what's
All
going
right, great. I'm glad. It's definitely implied, isn't it? It's not expressed. It's implied.
December 31st at 1:30 in person.
December
at the Bothell.
31st at 1:30. I'll be there.
Very good. We'll see.
Alright, that wraps up this video. I stuck around on the 31st hoping to catch his next appearance. But either he didn't show up or they didn't post it online. Bothell usually uploads most of their hearings, so my guess is he just skipped it. If that's the case, a bench warrant will likely be issued, and we'll see him back in court soon enough. Next, we're heading over to Judge Slovin's courtroom, where we get to witness crowd favorite and multiple Dumb of the Day award winner, Eric Martin, in action.
So you're here on the Martin matter, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Let's go have a conversation outside.
He'll be assistant. Okay, so everyone,
All right, today is the date and time set for a hearing in this matter with regard to a bond violation. This is case 242448 SM. People versus Eric Martin. Everybody hear me?
yes, good morning, Judge. Donna Sub on behalf of the people, P87439.
Morning, Your Honor. James Gazicki on behalf of Mr. Martin, Your Honor. I have a motion to make.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, I was making a motion to withdraw. I've had contact with Mr. Martin before in other matters, and there's no attorney-client communication in this matter. We're talking about different things, and there's just no way of moving forward that I could adequately represent him, Your Honor. So I'm asking to withdraw.
Your motion to withdraw is granted. Mr. Martin, would you like a different court-appointed attorney?
Yeah, I guess so, since he shows his willingness not to want to do his job and help me out, and he's in this state making false statements you're talking about. There's a lack of communication. It certainly ain't on my part. I was pointing out to him relevant defenses. He just didn't want to do his job. That's clear what he made of me, so.
Mr. Martin, I have found Mr. Gazicki to be a very competent individual, a very competent attorney in many, many cases. I've seen many trials, hearings, motions, practicing in front of this court, and I find him to be very competent. If you make one more negative comment about him, I'll hold you in contempt of court. I don't do that. We don't act like this isn't the Jerry Springer show. This isn't going to be a bunch of name calling. You're going to knock it off. Knock it off, Mr. Martin. I'm done with everything and you keep doing all of your little negative comments, things that you want to say about people. And you think you're the smartest person in the room and that you have some sort of special Juris Doctorate, I guess, from somewhere.
I do, apparently. He earned his law degree from the illustrious Narnia University, and you could tell from Judge Slovin's last run-in with Eric Martin that he's completely fed up with all the sovereign-style nonsense and ridiculous arguments. At this point, he seems more than ready to give his courtroom some peace and quiet while making sure Eric Martin faces the consequences and spends some serious time behind bars.
Don't have the first clue when it comes to things, and you talk about that. And so Mr. Gazicki is saying that he's trying to talk to you about actual legal defenses, and you're trying to bring up some kind of other stuff. And so I'm going to grant his motion. All I asked you was this. I didn't ask you to give me a commentary about Mr. Gazicki or what you think he can do, because I've always seen him to do his job every single time he does a file. What I want to know is, do you want another court-appointed attorney, or are you representing yourself? That's it. It's a simple question. Answer simple questions. That's what you needed to start doing, is answering questions.
Yep, one another attorney, but I don't want to state also that if it was recorded, that we would say it would support my allegations.
Boom, time out. Nope, not hearing it. The question is this: do you want another court-appointed attorney? So you're either going to say yes, court-appointed attorney, or represent yourself. What is your answer here today? Because there's only two possible answers here. You either get another attorney, or you can represent yourself if you'd like. Or if you want to hire your own attorney, you can do that. So there's three things. Are you going to get one appointed, yourself, or retained? Those are the three possible answer choices. What are you going with?
Yes, another appointed one, but without.
All right, there you go. Don't need any more commentary. Don't need any more commentary about it. You have a right to remain silent. You can exercise that right now. So we're going to appoint another court-appointed attorney to you. And the individual who was here as your attorney during your trial, you seem to get along pretty well with him. You want me to reach out to see if he's available?
I don't know who you're referring to.
The guy who was here at your trial. I don't know his last name.
Oh, he's on the other trial.
Yeah, the other trial, not this case. This is the misdemeanor domestic violence case. I'm talking about your driving on a suspended license case, restricted.
Well, I mean, he did for the most part. I won't say for the most part, maybe for the most part, but there's some things he didn't do neither. He should have. He didn't raise my right to travel defense. So
yes or no? Yes or no? Is he somebody that you think you can get you can communicate well with?
I guess we'll give him a try. I guess. Yeah.
Sure. All right. I'm going to appoint or reach out and see if we can see if he's available. So let's appoint.
But now, Slayton, I have some questions for you before you move forward.
All right. So we're going to set that. We're going to set that for a hearing date, and we'll see you then.
Hold on.
I can't even begin to hide how much I dislike this guy. I don't really care whether he claims to be a sovereign or not. But the fact that he still thinks the courts can't stop him from harassing his own family, well, let's just say I'm quietly celebrating his current predicament. Now, for our final sovereign citizen, we're staying in Michigan and heading to Magistrate Hayes' courtroom, where we catch a stubborn defendant trying his usual antics. only to be shut down with cold, hard facts. I actually found this clip on old Squishy Gardener's channel. Seriously, one of the best sources for pure courtroom chaos. So if you're a court nerd like me, go check out his channel and hit that subscribe button.
My name is David Heiss. I'm an attorney magistrate. We are scheduled for an informal hearing in two different cases that arise out of one citation. And those two cases are both entitled The People of the City of Battle Creek versus Roosevelt LaShawn Williams. Is that your name, sir?
That is my name.
Basically, what happens is you were issued one citation. It had two violations listed on it, so it became two different cases, one with an A and one with a B at the end. But we have one informal hearing scheduled for both of those cases because they both arise out of the same transaction, so to speak. I guess, Officer Kellums, is there anything before I begin?
No, sir.
All right. Mr. Williams, you're here because you were issued a citation. And in each of those two cases, so for each of those violations, you have three possible responses to the citation. You can first admit responsibility, be assessed the fines and costs, and be done with it. You could, as a second option, admit responsibility with an explanation, hoping that the explanation would cause the court to decrease the fines and costs a little bit. Or you can deny responsibility and have your hearing. It's my understanding that as to both cases, you wished to deny responsibility. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, here's how the hearing works. First of all, I guess I should read the citation. In the case ending with the letter A, it's alleged that back on November 19th of 2024, you were over at Fountain Street near Meacham Avenue in the city of Battle Creek, and you were issued a citation for not being able to provide a proof of insurance. This is a civil infraction. If you were found responsible, all other things being equal, the court would assess $125 fines, costs, and fees. It is a 0-point ticket. And in the second case that ends with the letter B, that same date, time, and place, you were issued a citation for having an expired registration plate. That is also a civil infraction. It is also a 0-point civil infraction. If you were found responsible, all other things being equal, the court would assess $110 fines, costs, and fees. So first question, is that the ticket or the two cases that you thought you were appearing about, Mr. Williams?
It is.
Okay, and same question to you, Officer Kellums?
Yes, sir.
Very good. In every civil case, the plaintiff has the burden of proof, and in a case like this, that burden of proof is called by a preponderance of evidence.
Only question I have is, will the laws of the U.S. Supreme Court be applicable? And the federal statutes and definitions of motor vehicle and automobile be applicable in this proceeding?
They are the state of Michigan laws that will be applicable.
Okay. The other question is, are you already not bound by U.S. Supreme Court rulings?
Every court is bound by relevant Supreme Court rulings.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure why you're asking that, but that's okay.
Okay. He's asking that because he thinks it's some kind of clever win to get you to admit you're bound by previous Supreme Court rulings. But this isn't the power move he imagines. It's basically the equivalent of asking a math professor if they'll be using addition and subtraction on a test.
All right, so if you would both raise your right hands. Very good. All right, Officer Kellums, if you would begin, please.
So on November 19th, 2024, I was on patrol for the Battle Creek Police Department. When I observed the vehicle that Mr. Roosevelt was driving, I observed that it had expired tags on the vehicle. I then conducted a traffic stop on Fountain Street near Meacham Ave. Found Mr. Williams to be driving the vehicle, where I issued him the citations. When speaking with Mr. Williams, he could not provide insurance, and his tags were expired.
Okay. Do you happen to know when they expired?
I do not off the top of my head, sir.
Okay. What made you think they were expired? The wrong color and the wrong year on the plate itself, or something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Did Mr. Williams say anything to you during the stop about having insurance or not having insurance, or anything about The tags on the plates, anything like that?
He informed me that he did not have to have insurance due to that he was traveling, and to drive a vehicle, you don't have to have insurance. Something regarding Supreme Court. That's about all he said.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to consider anything else at this point, Officer Collins?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Williams, could you hear Officer Kellums' testimony?
Yes, I heard his testimony.
Very good. Thank you for your patience. What do I need to know, sir?
Okay, I did inform Officer Kelly that I am not operating a motor vehicle, but I am operating an automobile. I did inform Officer Kelly of the ruling of Rodriguez v. Ray Donovan, U.S. Department of Labor, 769 Federal 2nd, 1344, where the U.S. Supreme Court's decision has ruled that all codes, rules, and regulations are for government authorities only and not for human creators. In accordance with God laws, all codes, rules, and regulations are unconstitutional and lacking due process.
All right, I'm going to interrupt you just for a second. Are you telling me that a case at 769 Fed 2nd, 1344 indicates that all laws are unconstitutional?
All codes, rules, and regulations. Yes, sir. Rodriguez v. Ray Donovan. And if I'm not mistaken.
And you said that was Department of what?
U.S. Department of Labor.
Okay. U.S. Department of Labor doesn't publish decisions in the Fed 2nd. Can you tell me a little bit more about the case? What was that issue in the case?
It was regarding what we're discussing here, the requirements of a driver's license and the need when it's required to have one, stating that when you're not operating in commerce, to which I informed the officer that I am not operating in commerce as stated in USC 18 USCA 31 paragraph A6, states that a motor vehicle, the term of motor vehicle meaning every description of carriage, contrivance, propelled or drawn or mechanical powered and used for commercial purposes. This is what Title 18 USCA Section 31A 6 states or defines as a motor vehicle, to which I am not operating in